Hello, my gorgeous light beings, my healers, my star seeds, my light workers. Welcome or welcome back to my channel, The Pleiadian Priestess. As always, I have a juicy reading for you guys today, and this reading today is extra juicy. Today, we're going to be getting into how do you rank on societal standards of beauty. Okay, this was a requested reading from a viewer, and it was under one of the readings that I've already done about attractiveness, personality, physical beauty, whichever one of them. There was one I did about sex appeal, that kind of thing. We're gonna see where you rank there. She said, can I do a reading about how beautiful or how attractive are you based on beauty standards of society, or society's beauty standards, whichever way. So I'm like, okay, it took me a minute, but I'm better late than never. I'm doing it now. So if you feel called to watch this kind of reading, you're going to choose between the three options. We have image 1, image 2, and image 3. You're going to choose the image that calls out to you the most. You're going to choose the number 1 through 3 that calls out to you the most, or you're going to choose the energy of the reading for my people who read energies, okay? So you're going to choose the one that stands out to you the most, and then go to the description box, choose the option, and then as always, I will see you gorgeous people at your reading. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group ones. Welcome to your reading. If you chose image 1, the energy of group 1, the number 1, however you chose it, welcome. Today we're going to be getting into how attractive are you based on societal standards. Would you be considered conventionally attractive? That kind of vibe. This was a requested reading from a viewer. I'm not sure if she subscribed, but same difference at these days, I guess. She asked, I hope she subscribed, honestly. Crystal Girl, if you watching, hey. Her question basically was under a video that I did where I was like, how attractive would your person see you, or like how does your person view your sex appeal kind of vibe. That's the reading that she commented that under, like how conventionally attractive would I be considered. And I'm like, okay, it took me a minute to get to it, but I'm here, better late than never. So that's what we're going to get into in today's reading, okay? So I have my tarot cards, and then I have 2 oracle cards. So what I'm trying to do is pull all the cards at once and then get into the energy, because I think that the readings tend to be a little shorter like that, because I tend to get repetitive. Like one card comes out, I read the energy, then I kind of over-explain myself. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with it if you've been here a few times or more than once. So please, Spirit, would my group ones be considered conventionally attractive? And what you should keep in mind is that the beauty standards are different everywhere you are. So some people could be watching from different countries. So try to like pour the energy of your beauty, the standards of beauty where you come from, into the reading while I'm pulling these cards, so you get the most accurate message, please, because some of us live in the West where the beauty standards are different than they may be in other places. So just, and then even in one place as the United States, the beauty standards are different by state, as you would say. The beauty standards are different in Europe compared to the US, compared to the, Middle East, compared to East, compared to Asia. It's like different things. So are my group ones conventionally attractive, please, Spirit? Would they be considered conventionally attractive? Jesus. Okay. People have a lot of thoughts about your appearance, is what I just got by this whole stack, and I'll keep that. They have a lot of people could talk about you a lot. I'm already getting a hit, so I don't want to talk about it too soon, though. So let me just get more cards. Okay. And let me stop there. I don't want to get too many cards. Would they be considered conventionally attractive, Spirit, please? Yep, as I said, a lot of people talk about your looks because Mercury came out to confirm that for me. Thank you, Spirit. Appreciate you. I would hope if you're here watching, you would believe in my gifts of intuition, but Mercury definitely came out to confirm that. One more card from this deck, please. Are they considered conventionally attractive? How attractive are they based on their societal beauty standards, where they reside? Too many. Just one more. Any more? One more shuffle through. How many is this? These are too many. Too many opinions on how you look. So I'm getting a vibe of you guys of like social media, people seeing you on social media, and some people having a lot to say about your looks, whether they say it to you or not. One more deck. A lot of different opinions. My group ones, please, Spirit. How attractive are they based on their societal beauty standards? Okay. How many cards? I think that's not her. I want to get too many cards. But I just heard one more, so let's get one more. Can I get one more? Two more? No, one more. Thank you. Ooh. Okay. So we're going to take out the tarot first. Put these to the side. So the first card that came out for you guys was this card, and it's the Two of Swords. Yes, like I said, there's a lot of different opinions on your looks with the Two of Swords. People can't seem to decide on whether you are attractive or not. So I kind of feel like maybe you take it day to day, or you're very with the whole, what card was it that gave me that vibe? With the heatedness. It's like you just wear whatever you want to wear kind of vibe. And the Pioneer, you wear whatever you want to wear, and you just really don't. I'm hearing eat your heart out. Since the heart in the middle of the light bulb, if you can, I hope you can see it, is blank, it's bare. So it's like eat your heart out. So I kind of feel like people have a lot of opinions. So it's kind of giving me the vibe of like people who dress overly sexual, like people, some people love it, and then some people are like, oh, you don't have no morals, you don't respect yourself, that kind of vibe. Or people who dress overly conservative. Some people love conservatives. That's why I felt the need to say it depends on where you're from, because there's different beauty standards. In some countries, they don't want to see any skin. So if a guy from a specific country or a girl from a specific country saw you looking a certain kind of way, they're going to be like taking it back, like, oh no, and they're going to have an opinion on that. Now, if you live in a country where everything is more free and you wear whatever you want, people will be like, oh, they're admiring you, like, yeah, look at her showing off her body and loving it, that kind of vibe. You know, it's different depending on who is viewing you, which is why the first card that came out, the Two of Swords, people can't even decide where you fall, you know. Or in some groups, goth is beautiful, in other groups it's not, you know. In some groups, preppy is beautiful, in other groups it's not, you know. In some groups, like really girly and cutesy and pink is what people want. In other groups it's not. So I feel like it really just depends. You kind of get in where you fit in, and either you just dress however you want and you just say eat your heart out, I do what I want, you know what I mean. I'm hearing that song by JoJo featuring Wiz Khalifa, because the part that I'm hearing is I do what I want and JoJo does too. And then she goes into the chorus, fuck apologies, I would say I'm sorry if I really meant it, you know. So she's like, F apologies, I would say I'm sorry if I really meant it, and you don't. Okay. The next card we have is Two of Cups. Interesting. So there are people who are very romantically attracted to you. Yes, emotionally attracted to you, I would say. We haven't gotten really much wands yet. So people are thinking a lot about you, they're talking a lot about you, and they're feeling a lot about you. I don't know what that says about how conventionally attractive you are, but we will get more cards. And we have the Empress. So the fact that the Empress came out, you are definitely gorgeous, but I do feel like the body is different than the aesthetic or the clothes. There could be someone thinks is like so freaking beautiful, but the clothes they wear just turn them off. That's the kind of vibe you're giving. Like, oh my gosh, you would be so gorgeous. People could tell that to you a lot. Oh my gosh, you would be so gorgeous, you would be so handsome if you wore this. And that's what they would like the person they're attracted to wear. That's not saying you're not beautiful on your own. So just physically on your own, you're beautiful, your face is beautiful, your body's beautiful, I feel like, but it depends. And I'm also getting the vibe of like bigger people who are gorgeous, but they just have more meat on their bones, and people are programmed to think that's ugly, that's gross, whatever. So I can't be attracted to her. Or a race, like, oh my gosh, you're beautiful for a black girl, you're beautiful for this girl, you're beautiful for that girl, you know what I mean? That kind of thing is coming into play when it comes to you guys. So people kind of are confused as to why they're attracted to you, because maybe beauty standards tell them not to be, but you're still gorgeous anyway, is the vibe that I'm getting with the Empress in reverse. The fact that the Empress came out at all, and look at how we have like a beautiful flower growing and thriving, but it's in a glass thing, so people can see, but they can't really touch, the vibe that I'm getting. So you are gorgeous, but people don't have a lot of access to you, which is why they could be pining from afar, and they flip-flop on how they feel, you know. Let me get the rest of the cards out. We have the Six of Swords here. I want this card first. We have the Ten of Cups. Exactly. But they're coming out in reverse. The only thing is like their mind or their heart is telling them I shouldn't be attracted to this person, but yet they still are. There's still romantic feelings there. So I feel like people are romantically attracted to you, but physically, I don't know. The Six of Swords is giving me the whole vibe of like walking away or moving on. So it's kind of like people see you, but they won't say anything. You're gorgeous on your own. It's also giving me the energy of I'm being taken to, is it like, what is it saying? The female gaze versus the male gaze is the vibe that I'm getting. You could be someone who gets a lot of compliments from females because you dress aesthetically pleasing and you're fearless and you wear a bunch of makeup, and that's what us females love to look for, the aesthetic of it all, the matching of it all, the makeup of it all, the, you know. But then men, they're just looking for specific things in a woman, and that's the male gaze versus the female gaze. They want to see the shape, they want maybe a little cleavage, they want maybe a little, you know what I mean? They have specific things they look for based on. Women just love the overall look kind of vibe, you know, and women can fall in love with you for personality and different things besides looks. And men are more like, you know, I don't want to say shallow, but they look at the physical first before they get to know anything else. Like I said, some men, for my women watching, they see you, you're gorgeous, they can't lie, they're emotionally attracted to you, they would like to get to know you more, so they can be like very friendly with you on friendly terms. But when it comes to maybe anything romantic or more, they tend to like walk away. And now like my voice is like getting, you know, throat chakra getting a little blocked, so it's kind of like people may like have a hard time talking about it. It's the things we have a hard time putting words to. How bigger people get a bad rep, no matter how beautiful they are. People, men, women even still wouldn't want to be with a bigger guy or a bigger girl kind of vibe. You know what I mean? If you're a different race and you were grown, it's kind of giving me the whole thing where in some cultures lighter skin is better. So if someone were to find themselves attracted to someone more dark, it's going to be a problem, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's like a identity crisis of sorts is the vibe that I'm getting for you guys. So Pioneer, I've never seen a blemish on this card, but we have a blemish on this card. So I kind of feel like maybe there's blemishes in how people think of you, or maybe some of you have beauty marks, or maybe you, like I said, you're so beautiful but you dress more grunge, and people are like, I don't understand how you can look like an angel but want to dress more, you know, maybe masculine is what I'm hearing if you're feminine, or that kind of thing. There's something here about a blemish on society, or basically how you can't just see someone and look at them and say you're beautiful without them being a whole bunch of biases coming after it, you know? We have a hedonist. Like I said, I do what I want, and JoJo does too. That's what's coming through for you guys. You do what you want, you say what you want, you dress how you want, and then we have the shadow attribute. So there is whenever this card comes out, it always tells me there's something about your personality people have not taken the time to get to know, or there's something about you you're still discovering. So there could be you're someone who dives into many different aesthetics. You don't like to stay in one little box, which is why every time someone sees you, they're kind of confusing, because they're known, or they're known, or they grew up knowing that you're supposed to dress a certain kind of way in a certain kind of religion, a certain kind of culture, and then they come and run into you and you're the complete opposite of that, but they can't deny you're physically beautiful. That's the kind of thing, like I said, is giving identity crisis, conflicting emotions, not being able to decide, kind of vibe, wishy-washy, which is why most decide to walk away. You are literally the whole package here of the Ten of Cups, the Empress, and the Two of Cups. Romantically, you would be the amazing partner, but some people may walk away because they think you're too beautiful, or because there's something in their mind that's telling them I can't choose, or I'm not supposed to want this person. Something like that is coming through. Now we have the Alchemist. I do think for some of you change people's mind about what they think is beautiful. So like I said, for example, the bigger person, or the person who's beautiful but wears a lot of dark clothing, and it's giving me the whole, when you're walking down the block in New York, it happens a lot. These men have the audacity. They're like, oh, you're too beautiful, why are you not smiling? And I'm like, who are you talking to? Like, if I don't want to smile, I don't want to smile. Like, the audacity, like, oh, you're too pretty to not be smiling. I'm like, blocked. Like, don't piss me off. Like, please. That's the kind of vibe that's coming through. So you could be someone who mean mugs, you're not open and friendly, and they know that the beautiful girls are always friendly and smiley and giggly and bubbly, and you're not. And it's just like conflicting about how you look and how you act, or how you look versus how they expect you to act. Is that kind of thing coming through here for you guys. So the Alchemist is you change people's mind. The Alchemist is turning one thing into another. you know, and that's literally what I'm saying. They're just like, yeah, you are gorgeous with the Empress coming through the 10 of Cups, the 2 of Cups. And look at how she's hugging up on this girl here. Like, people feel emotionally close to you, but maybe your body doesn't translate that, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it. Like I said, you're someone who's bigger or different than what they usually like, but they feel emotionally attracted to you. It confuses them. So when it comes to being conventionally attractive, I think you're beautiful, you're gorgeous. But there's something that doesn't like quite fit. But I think it's coming from the people who are looking at you. It's nothing that you did or how you look. It's just how people perceive you, I guess, like, or perceive you from how they perceive themselves or their background or culture. That kind of thing is coming through. Now here we have the moon, and what was I saying about all these feelings, you know? I'm hearing, I got way too many feelings, things I could have kept in. I wish that I could keep it to myself. I think that's a song by Rule, R-U-E-L, Rule, Too Many Feelings. And that's the vibe that's coming through. The 10 of Cups and the 2 of Cups, you bring out too many feelings in people. So people feel like, not, I almost said triggered. People feel just an immediate closeness and a bond to you. And it could confuse them, especially if you may not be conventionally attractive. Okay? We have the 4th house roots. Yeah, people see you as wifey material. And I do feel like in our society, I'm in the West, I'm in New York, the Western beauty standards, a certain kind of girl is you can't be with her until you're ready to settle down. So yeah, you feel emotionally safe with her, but whether she's conventionally attractive or not, if I'm trying to sow my wild oats, this can apply for masculine, feminine, men, women, they, them, doesn't matter. If this person who's viewing you right now in this reading is not ready to settle down, they feel emotionally safe with you, but they're conflicted because they're not ready to settle down or commit to you, which is why they move on and leave you behind with the 6 of Swords. They still have more healing to do before they're ready to deal with someone like you, you know? So, but they see you as the wifey, and I'm being taken to a clip that I remember seeing of Tamara Mori, where she was like how I was always the wifey in college. So I never got the boyfriend, and I was very like just perpetually single. Because I was the wifey, and the guy's like, oh, you're too good for me to date right now. Like, when I'm ready to settle down, I'll come back. But nobody wants to hear that when they're ready to date right now. When you're in college, you don't want some guy telling you 20 years down the line, I would marry you. But what about right now? They're like, I'm not ready though. I'm not mature enough to handle you. You know what I mean? You're going to make me have to change in a way fundamentally that I'm not ready to change in, or see things in a different way that I'm not ready to see them in. You know, it's kind of giving me, I don't want to bring like heavy topics into like racism. You know, of course, if you grew up racist and you meet someone who is of the race that you're supposed to not like, or you've heard bad things about for your whole life and you're feeling attracted to them, you're conflicted. You're like, why do I feel this for someone I was grown or told that I'm supposed to hate? You know what I mean? And they're not ready to change that or, you know, defy society for that. So they leave. So there's something here about cultural differences. There's race coming into it. I do think there's body sizes coming into it. I do think there's colorism coming into it when it comes to you guys in particular. I just had to, anyone who's watching who may be light-skinned, that's not an insult, and it's not me making fun of you, but I don't feel comfortable saying white. It's just, it feels wrong to say. But if you're someone who's white or Caucasian, that's a better way to say it. I don't think this, I mean, you could be watching, cool, but I think this group is more so for minorities, I would say. People who are looked down upon, people who are not seen as the cream of the crop. They're not the blonde hair, the blue eye, the Caucasian woman or man that everybody is told is the most beautiful or the highest standard of beauty. That's the vibe that I'm getting. You guys are in my colored state, because we have an Asian lady over here. What's up? Okay, I'm hearing AAPI. So, Asian American Pacific Islander, I believe, is AAPI month. That some of y'all are coming through. It's the whole, my skin is light, but I'm not white kind of thing. So you're still looked down upon. You're still a minority. Here we have a nice, a tanned woman here with all the dark features. So no blue eyes, no blonde hair. That's coming through for you guys. So you're like, you're there. It's giving the whole thing. Like, I'm getting so many examples of just like, things that I hate to see on social media. So basically how girls say guys only like blonde girls. So every girl who may have been born a brunette, whether they were black, white, it doesn't really matter. They were born brunette, they went blonde, they got way more attention than they did when they were brunette. That's the vibe that I'm getting. So even if you are someone who's Caucasian and you have the dark hair, dark eyes, you're still not seen as a standard of beauty, even in your own community, because the standard of beauty in Western America is blonde hair, blue-eyed, extra skinny, that kind of vibe. And if you are anything that's not that, dealing with men who only grew up thinking that was desirable, they're gonna be conflicted, like I said, you know? And then here we're getting the girl with the colored hair. We have the girl who's blonde, but then look, she's supposed to be conventionally attractive because she's blonde, right? But she has the blue streaks in her hair. So they're like, something is like, it's off. We have this person here, and she's clinging to someone who is darker than her and who also has the blue streaks in her hair. And she's clinging to them, like, you know what I mean? This is not what I'm supposed to want. This is not what I grew up being told to want, but this is what I want. It's giving Native American. It's giving, and look, we have a black queen right here. Look at her. And then we have another. She's definitely giving me Pacific Islander vibes, if you can't see. She also had, I think it could be the dress she's wearing. It's kind of giving like Hawaiian. It's kind of giving, you know, sundress, and that's what they wear in those countries or areas, from what I know. I'm not an expert in any of these topics. I'm just coming from a space of being someone who was colored, okay, and knowing as a bigger person who was colored, I know I'm gorgeous, child, shoot, but other people are like, you're too big, or you're big, I'm not supposed to be attracted to you. I'm like, that's a you problem, honey. Please move along. That's what the vibe I'm getting for you guys, you know? Take me as I am or not at all. Don't say you're pretty for a black. I've never gotten that, actually, which I'm glad, because I would cuss somebody out. I would cuss somebody out, child. I swear on everything. You're pretty for a black girl. Like, I've never gotten that, because I would cuss someone out. But there are people who get it all the time. There's texturism. There's all kinds of isms in this freaking society we live in, kind of vibe. So I feel like when it comes to you guys are on that end of the not blonde haired, not blue eyed, not stick skinny. You may have curves. You may have different shapes to your body, curvatures, which are all beautiful, might I add. And you're giving wifey energy, the settling down type. And that is, no matter how much they say that's what is society, what's the word? Societally, what's it called? Accepted or whatever. No one goes for the wifey type until they're ready to settle down. And that's becoming fewer and far in between these days. So we have semi-sextile allowing. So So as soon as I saw this card, I heard passing. So it's kind of like, you'll pass, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous. If you're going to the club and standing there, the person, the bartender or the bar or the book, the security guard will let you guys in, because you're allowing. Yeah, we'll allow it. Come in, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous. But when you get in the club, nobody's paying you no mind, no matter how beautiful you are. They're going towards the other conventionally attractive people. So I do feel like conventionally there may be things that kind of set you apart from what is conventionally wanted. But you guys are gorgeous with the Empress coming through here. Absolutely. Look, because we have encourages, sees the potential in, clarifies, gives hopes to, compensates, intuits, tempers, responds, cycles, grows, realizes rewards. So it like this, the attraction with you grows. So right off the bat, you are beautiful, you are gorgeous, you're not what they would go for, but the more time they spend around you, the more they feel themselves being drawn to you. And sometimes that leads to some people walking away who are not mature enough to, deal with you or deal with the backlash. It's also giving interracial for some of you. Sorry, that just came to mind. Where, yeah, I want to be with you. Yeah, I'm attracted to you, but do I want to face the scrutiny of being in an interracial relationship? Even in this day and age, it's still a thing. I don't know if I'm ready for that. And if they're not mature enough, it's gonna be gone. I just heard demerit as well. They do feel it's gonna earn them a demerit, or they're gonna get in trouble or something. I don't know. That's the vibe that I'm getting. They could come from like or people who are attracted to you come from like a very strict background where, like I said, things are like, pushed upon them to think this kind of beauty is good, or only these people are worthy, or only these people are beautiful. And now while they're trying to combat that feeling inside them, they're not there yet. Okay, the card we have is Mercury, communications, with, like I said, or you could be someone, like I said in the beginning, you get a lot of talk because you dress however you want to dress. You could, like I said, incorporate a lot of different aesthetics into your looks. Okay, I just heard big boobs, so that could be a thing for some of you here. For men, I'm hearing broad shoulders. I'm hearing deltoids. I think that's in the back, so there's something about a defined back. Okay, maybe you have that, because I'm seeing the athlete card in this deck where he's like very broad shoulders and it kind of goes in a little bit. It's like a very thin waist but broad shoulders, which I do think is like a standard of beauty for men, you know. It's giving the triangle. It starts off broad and then goes down like that. That's what I'm getting. And I do think when you're meant to draw some men, like when you're learning how to draw, that's how they draw the thing. They would draw like a big square and then kind of like erase it as they go, as they're teaching you how to draw the human form. Don't ask me how I know that, y'all. I used to want to draw so bad. I can't. I mean, I can pass, but I'm not like no expert, so I'm ahead out, you know what I mean? But I'm just seeing that visual. They make you draw like the triangle, and then I think it's like a circle or something, and they like kind of make you erase it as you go and shade and kind of vibe to make the human form. But you have to start off with the angles first, you know? So I'm hearing some of you can have like very angular faces, high cheekbones, very strong jawlines. So like I said, beautiful, gorgeous. Anyone would look at you and say, that person is gorgeous. But would society be like, oh, is that what we want our people to look like? I wouldn't say that, you know. That's the vibe that's coming through for you guys, and that's why it leads to a lot of communication issues, or a lot of people chatting about you. You get a lot of talk, you get people talking, and that could be another reason why people are scared to be with you, because they know you being with you is going to be a topic of conversation, either because you dress too revealing, oh my gosh, look at how she's dressed, and you're always going to be the center of attention when they're with you, and they may not like that. Or there's something about you, like I said, oh, you're too pretty to wear all black. You're too this to wear all that. Oh my gosh, you don't smile. You're too pretty not to smile. Oh, like that kind of annoying. Like, I'm just getting annoyed talking about it, guys. I can't. It's the ignorance. Telling people how to live and how to dress and how to look. It's annoying. But that's what the reading is about. How convinced you're trying to are, you know. But like I said, you get a lot of people talking, or you being with them would get a lot of people talking. Which is why I was getting interracial as well. And that's why it could cause like some problems. And I want to clarify, interracial is not only black people and white people. Just saying, because some people tend to think that, you know, that's not the only form of intermingling. It could be someone who's Asian and someone who's Pacific Islander. It could be someone who's Hispanic and someone who's Asian. So there's a bunch of different races out there. Okay, so that's the vibe that I'm getting for you guys, honestly. But let me read from the archetypes really quickly. We have the pioneer, passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. That's what I'm getting. That's the vibe that was coming through for you guys. It's like, eat your heart out. I wear whatever I want to wear. People can look at your aesthetic and be like, wow, I've never seen someone wear that before. You know, it's kind of giving my friend. She has like a very distinct kind of style. So whenever we go out, people are like, oh my gosh, you look great, you look amazing. I'm like, yep, that's my friend right there. You know what I mean? And that's her specific aesthetic. Some people are like, oh my gosh, you're wearing that out in public, oh my gosh, like, you know, gasp. And other people are just like very attracted to it. So it's like I said, that distinct difference. Her style, her aesthetic is more gothy, it's more dark clothing, it's more skirts and leather and chains and stuff like that. And that can be very off-putting to certain kinds of people. But is it still attractive? Yes, it is, because she's looking fire. Okay, she's very like, you know, emo, goth, that kind of vibe. You know, some of you could be different. Like I said, you're someone who is maybe more masculine, wearing more feminine things. For my men, if you're my LGBTQ plus, like, you know, the drag queen, where you're a very masculine figure, but you put on the makeup and the dresses and the wigs and everything, that kind of vibe. You wear the nails. Or you're a guy and you wear the crop tops and, you know, put nail polish on and wear very bright colors and wear make, like, you know, that kind of vibe. It's like very like, oh my gosh, you would be so attractive if you kept dressing as a man, though. That kind of condescending vernacular you could get a lot, you know. Oh my gosh, you're so pretty for a black girl. Oh my gosh, you're so pretty for a bigger person. Like, I would totally date you if you were like 100 pounds lighter. Like, those little condescending comments is what I'm getting for you guys. Like, people are like, you're gorgeous, but you could still stand to lose a few pounds. Like, what? Yo, the way I would be knocking people out, God knows not to put me in this kind of situation, because I would end up in jail. But this ain't about me, okay? Like I said, people who are like I feel like in the black community, Dominicans are just very much known for that. Lighter is better. The lighter you are, the higher you are to God kind of vibe. You know what I mean? where they're very colorist in that community. I'm not saying every one of them is, but in the Black community, we know the Dominicans, they think that some of them are Latino. They have that Latin blood in them from when the colonizers came over and did what they did in back in the days, and then some of them are just pure Black, but they're like, oh, I'm Spanish, and people like, yes, sure, yes, you are Hispanic, yes, you know what I mean? You have the culture, but you don't have the genetics, so it's not, some things ain't matching up. But they would swear on the hand of the Bible, child, and you gotta let them live sometimes. Like, okay, go off, king, go off, queen, kind of vibe, you know what I mean? And some parents, like, if they're like lighter, they don't want their kids going with someone darker to, like, sully up the bloodline. It's like some crazy stuff that be going on in the world out here, guys. Like, and I'm pretty sure all of you know, whoever's watching, okay, especially this pile, So it's like, are you convinced you're attractive? How attractive are you? You're gorgeous with the Empress, and but there's something about it being in reverse, and the Ten of Cups being in reverse, where people don't allow themselves to take it. There's something that holds them back. But you get people in their feelings. We have instinct, nurture, like their gut reaction, their instincts are telling them that's your person, mate with them or something like that, but their mind is like, nah, we can't be with that person. It's going to cause too much talk, you know what I mean? Or we're not ready to settle down yet with the 4th house roots. So we got to run with the Six of Swords kind of vibe. And I almost want to say Six of Cups, which is like very much comfortability, kindred spirits, soulmates, feeling safe with people, feeling like you've known them for forever, which would be 4th house root, so it makes sense. But like, it's giving friend zone, no matter how beautiful you are kind of vibe. It's also giving me, what's her name, Demi from, I think her name was Demi if I remember correctly, from Love is Blind UK season 1, how she was telling Ollie in the pods how my guy friends always friend zone me, and it had him worrying that she was not as attractive as she thought she was. But Demi's a baddie, like, oh my gosh, she's thick. That could be some of y'all too. Thick, like, she's thick, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, you know what I mean? And she's also interracial, she's Black and white. And some of those people have identity crisis as well, where it's like, I don't know what I identify as. My mom is this, my dad is that, and when I go out into the community, none of the communities accept me. The Black guy's like, oh yeah, but they still looking at you crazy. The white guy's like, oh yeah, but they still looking at you crazy. Everyone else is like, what are you? You're racially ambiguous. Like, just a bunch of BS is coming through for y'all reading, guys. And it's the reality of life, but that's what's coming through. I just don't like talking about it, though. It's very, ghetto. That's what I'm getting for you guys, though, honestly. But look, we have Alchemist, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. Base motives is baser instincts is what I'm getting as well. Your baser instincts is, yeah, this person's so attractive, but the more you get to know them, the more you know that, oh, this girl ain't gonna go home with me. She's too, uppity or wifey material. She doesn't sleep around, so I gotta leave and leave her behind. And that could be how things always end up for you if you're a man or a woman. Like, I don't just give my body away for free. Yeah, I'm gorgeous and everything, but I don't do that. And then it makes people leave and not even want to put in the effort, because they don't want to put in the effort. They want things easily, So you could be someone who is very conservative as well, and people are like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful, you're so conservative, but that's not what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for somebody loose and easy, child. You know what I mean? And ain't nothing, not too much of those people either. You know what I mean? But the hedonist inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. That's you. You celebrate the beauty in yourself. You know you're gorgeous. You treat yourself like a goddess. Because look how she's feeding herself the grapes. That someone else should be feeding her. My poor sis here. So sad. Because in all the movies, we have people fanning them, then we have people feeding her the grapes. She's feeding herself the grapes, which means she's on her own, indulging her own beauty, happily being single, wifey material, ready to be snatched up by the right person, but the right person ain't came along yet, you know what I mean? But the hedonist is definitely giving me the vibe of people want to eat you up. That came through immediately with the 2 of Cups, Empress, and the 10 of Cups. But they gotta walk away when you don't bow down, or you don't relent. You don't submit, okay? Some of you could be more dominant for women. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, why are you so aggressive? Why are you so nah? You know what I mean? That kind of vibe. You're supposed to be sweet and cute and docile and calm. And I'm like, bruh, we're in the 21st century. Who are you talking to? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Are we even 21st century yet? We're still in the 20th, right? Even more ghetto. The fact that I feel like we're in the 21st century, maybe I am in my mind, but other people are like, no, we're in the 20th century, relax. I'm like, well, catch up. How about that? Okay, I'm freaking Phil the future. She's the 22nd century girl. Okay, that's me. I'm already light years above y'all. So please. But yeah, there's something here about you leaving people emotionally empty, or people leaving you emotionally empty. It's like, my heart is here, no one wants to take it, I gotta feed myself, I'm always single, and I'm trying to snatch me up. And it's because you're gorgeous, you're beautiful, yes, but people aren't ready for you yet. They're not ready to settle down. They're not ready to deal with all the talk that would come from being with you. It's something along those lines, guys. But we have family, home, background, comfort, cooking, inner world, real estate, shelter, self-care. That's what this is. Rejuvenation, habits, and shell. So it's kind of like maybe you keep to yourself in your little shell. And it's funny because, like I said, she's a beautiful, thriving plant, but she's in this casing here, which is giving, like, I'm kind of hard to reach. And I'm hearing those lyrics from Cardi B. I'm kind of scary, hard to read. I'm like a Ouija board, but I'm a boss bee. Who are you going to leave me for? You know what I mean? So it's like you guys are giving that, but you're hard to obtain is the vibe that I'm getting. So like I said, yes, you are beautiful in societal standards, but there's something there that makes you hard to get, or makes it hard for people to choose you or know how to navigate the situation with you. You either look mean because you have an RBF, you know what I mean? And people are like, oh my gosh, you're too beautiful to be like that, smile. And then you're just like, you blow up and go off on them, that kind of thing. You're very conservative kind of vibe, and it's hard for people to get to know you. It's something that's also coming through as well. I'm not really getting shy at all, but you're very bold in your communication style. You say what you mean and mean what you say, and that's intimidating in and of itself right there. Just a few things coming through for y'all. And there's something here about people not knowing. There's an aspect of you they don't know, or don't get the time, or don't take the time to get to know. I've been talking so fast, guys. I'm sorry if it's annoying sometimes. It'd be annoying me, but I can't control it. That could be you as well with Mercury here. Very fast talking, fast moving kind of vibe. Like, if you don't give me what I want, I'm moving on, Or have people either chasing behind you or just having to leave you behind. Or you leaving them behind, honestly. Because y'all ain't getting left. Who getting left? Not y'all. Y'all doing the leaving. Let me stop. Okay, I think that's all that I have to say. Like, yeah, you inspire that creative energy in people. They want to be around, they want to give to you kind of vibe. It's like, I'm good on my own. And not even good on my own. It's just like, I'm not going to deal with your BS because I'm the prize here. How some people say, oh, I'm the prize. No, you literally are the prize. And you'd rather stay on your own than have someone mistreat you or not realize how beautiful you are, kind of thing, And I don't know why I'm getting into that. This is supposed to be how conventionally attractive you are. Like I said, you are, okay? You definitely are. Yes, you are. But like I said, there's something more than meets the eye, or there's something that you're hard to get to know, or there's other people's biases and blockages that are holding you back from feeling the true extent of how attractive you are. And like people say, it's a them thing. It's not a you thing. Okay, so I'm going to leave the reading right here before I keep talking. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me. It's my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you watch this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose image 2, the energy of group 2, the number 2, then welcome to your reading. Or maybe option 2. I'm not sure. I haven't filmed the intro yet, so maybe I do give you guys options. I don't know. But however you got here, welcome to today's reading. Today we're going to be going over how attractive are you based on society's beauty standards, okay? And would you be considered conventionally attractive, blah, 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 that kind of vibe. This is a reader requested, not a reader requested, what am I saying? This is a viewer requested reading, since I'm not sure if she is subscribed or not. Hope she is. If you're watching, hey girl, subscribe. If you are not, and if you are watching, welcome. Thank you for the suggestion. So what I do want to say is give a little disclaimer, because just remember that wherever you are in the world, the beauty standards are how they are there. It's different in different parts of the world. So while I'm pulling the cards, please put in the energy from what you know your beauty standards are, or just be very heavily focused on the beauty standards from your area so that the reading is as accurate as it can be, okay? Because group ones was kind of, I wouldn't say all over the place because they got a lot of messages, but it was just like, I was trying to be like, I was, first of all, mentioning a lot of like cultures and everything, so I'm like, there was like probably more diversity in that group. I don't know, we're gonna see what comes through for you guys, but I'm just like, I was referencing different ethnicities and all that kind of vibe, you know. So like, there could have been people watching from all over, which I love, because that means my channel is reaching people from all over, and that's so exciting. Okay, so we're gonna get into the reading for you guys. How attractive are you based on society's beauty standards? Like I said, keep that in mind. We have the 10 of coins and the 3 of cups right as I split the deck. How gorgeous is that? And we already have one ethnicity coming through. This is like giving Indian or Muslim. I would say Indian more so than anything. Muslim people, like, they cover up more. I don't really see them in like colors, first of all, and they don't have the jewels on their forehead, so it's giving Indian culture. So some of you could be Indian. Hello, how are you? And they already have their own beauty standards from what I already know. So we're going to get into it. And then 3 of cups, like having a good old time, very celebratory. So people could compliment you on your beauty a lot. People want to, you know, be in a relationship with you, settle down with you, invest time into you, date you, kind of vibe. So, like I said, I'm shuffling the cards, put the energy into it. How attractive are my group 2s based on society's beauty standards from wherever they are? Okay. Okay. Anything else? Okay. These are too many cards. Hey, I said these are too many cards. I'm playing. At least they're turning face up. I heard no. Group 1's all turned face down. So I kind of feel like you are someone who is very free and open about your beauty, your looks, how you dress, that kind of thing is already coming through. There's nothing closed off about you, or conservative, I would say. We'll see what comes through, because that could be a lie, but based on what I'm feeling already from shuffling and seeing how the cards are acting, I'll keep this one. Oh, keep those 2, so I'm definitely done with tarot. I'm pulling from a few decks. I'm going to pull all the cards out and then get into the reading, so I'm not constantly repeating myself, which I tend to do. How conventionally attractive are they? How attractive are they based on society's beauty standards? Ooh. Can I get one more card from this deck, please? One more card. Appreciate you. Ooh. Juicy. Oh, redsy. Deck, and then I'm gonna get into it. Group 2, please. How attractive are they based on society's beauty standards? Based on society's beauty standards. Are you gonna come out or no? Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. That's interesting after what I said. I'll be saying. That's why I'm like, let me just get the cards first before I start talking. But I still feel like for some of you, there's a lot of different people that watch. So, like, conflicting energies can come through. Okay. Interesting. Not servant. Okay. So I'm going to take these cards and put them to the side. Take these cards and put them to the side. And then lay out the tarot cards first. So we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. We have the High Priestess in reverse. The 8 of Swords upright. And the Empress in reverse. These are a lot of reverse cards. We have the 4 of Swords in reverse. The 9 of Wands upright. And the 5 of Coins upright. I'm being called to fix these. So I'm going to fix them and go with my intuition. My instinct said to fix them. So I'm going to do it. We have the Empress. We have the 4 of Swords. Already with the 4 of Swords, I'm getting the vibe of very, it's like boho chic. You wear the wrap in your braids or your locks if you have them. That's already the kind of aesthetic that's coming through for you guys. And look, that's kind of like what she's wearing, like very free flowing clothes, the long skirts, that kind of vibe is coming through for you guys right off the bat. These are a lot of cards actually, but hey. Ace of Cups. It's like very loving, very carefree. It's like giving kind of like gypsy or witchy, ethereal, goddessy kind of energy, you know? Especially with the Empress coming through, because she definitely gives me all of that put together. Okay. We'll do these cards. Here we have the Engineer. Okay, not an Engineer. We have the Priest, the Servant, and then the Hermit. Then we have the 9th house Seeking. That's Sagittarius energy. We have 12th house Surrender. That's also giving me the very free, caring, go with the flow kind of energy. There's not really much space for the rest of these. So we have Scorpio, and it's funny, like there's not enough space. You take up space because literally you take up space, your energy fills the room. It's either like a very calming, dynamic, or intense energy. It's one or the other or both. It's like people feel calm and safe around you, but they also feel very like hot and bothered is what I'm hearing. They're aware of you. So like I said, you take up space, your energy is very potent, more than anything else, you know. More than your looks, your energy is very potent. It's the vibe that I'm getting from you guys. Okay, so like I said, your energy takes up space and definitely fills a room. So what I do want to do is move these over more. I don't know if you'll be able to see them, so let me just not move them too much. Very zen, peaceful. A lot of you could have like your aesthetic is athleisure is what I'm hearing with her. So let's squeeze it in here. Others of you could be someone who has like some weight on you as well, because when I said squeezing, it's kind of like you have to do a lot of squeezing. Okay, a lot of tattoos as well. So like for some of you with the Scorpio energy coming through, we have very intense, scary energy with all the tattoos, maybe darker clothing. I'm not getting too much dark clothing, but I do feel like a lot of you have like a lot of tattoos and you show them. It's not like you're wearing anything to cover them up. You show them proudly is what I'm hearing. With that Scorpio and 8 of Swords energy, okay? With the 4 of Swords, okay, with the 12th house Surrender, with the Servant and the Hermit and the Seeking, there's an energy of you guys being very just like zen, very cool, very calm, very collected, very almost like, I don't want to just say zen, I want a better word. There is no better word, but your energy is definitely felt. It takes up that space, you know? It can't be denied kind of vibe. So I do think you like attract a lot of attention, and it could be because of your looks with the Leo, the lover, because Leo is the most visible, the sun in the zodiac. And as I'm saying that, the sun is coming out shining bright outside the window because there's no curtain on that window right now. So it's like very, just a lot of light in my eyes. So like you kind of like shine, you know? So wherever you go, it may seem like you shine. All the attention is on you. So based on what I'm seeing so far, and the fact that I felt called to put the Empress upright, you are giving my conventionally attractive group. How conventionally attractive you are, the Empress, there's no better, there's no prettier, there's no one that can go above, there's no one higher than the Empress. And we have like a lot of blooming flowers. It's something that I'm noticing with you guys. Blooming flowers above her head here, blooming flowers above the World right here by the World. So you're the World card, so attentions are always on you, the star of the show, and then the sun with the Leo energy. And then we have this flower over her head, you know? So very cutesy maybe, or the way flowers just naturally attract a lot of attention because they're pretty, you know? There is something about you guys keeping to yourself with the Hermit card energy, and that could tie into, like I said, the whole zen kind of peaceful, I keep to myself, not gonna let anybody ruin my inner calm, my inner sanctity, my sanctuary. A lot of meditating with these two cards coming out together, well, not together but in the same spread, honestly. With the Ace of Cups, a lot of people feel you stir up emotions in people. Like when you're around, it's kind of like you ever write a book and they're just like, something in me stirred when the like main guy character or main girl character comes onto page, you know? And it's kind of like that's what happens when you come into a room. Something stirs in the energy around everyone, and they could immediately know like the sun is coming out, because you can't miss the sunshine. You can't miss the sunset. You can't, you know what I mean? You can't miss certain things. When the sun is coming up, the whole world is going to be shining. When the sun sets, the whole world goes dark. Well, not the whole world, but half the hemisphere, you know what I mean? So, and right over the Ace of Cups, you have the sun shining bright. So as soon as you walk into a room, all the attention is on you. And like I said, it could mainly be an energy thing, but it is definitely giving like regal, queenly, goddess kind of vibes. People may want to worship you because your energy is very much like, I can't be bothered. I wanted to say can't be tamed kind of thing, you know? Kind of like a lioness, like very protective, growly. You're going to protect your king's flank, okay? So yeah, you give queen, essentially. Nine of Wands is also not giving up. An Eight of Swords here is giving me calm under pressure. She's surrounded by swords, but she's like calm. She's not tied up the way the other Eight of Swords depictions usually are. She's just sitting there waiting for her moment, you know? I'm hearing this is it, as good as it's gonna get. So yeah, you're as good as it's gonna get. Like, I wasn't expecting these kinds of cards for your energy of like being, conventionally attractive. So I'm hearing her confidence is quiet. But her quiet feels like weakness, because in their narrow minds, there's no room for anyone who dares to be something different. So I kind of feel like even if you are very conventionally attractive, you're different. You're not the one who seeks the attention. You're the one who may run away from the attention you are getting. And that song is, but her confidence is quiet. To them, quiet seems like weakness, because in their narrow minds, there's no room for anyone who dares to be something different. But listen for a minute. Trust the one who's been where you are, wishing all it was sticks and stones. The words cut deep, but they don't mean you're all alone. And you're not invisible. Hear me out. Invisible by Hunter Hayes. And that is the craziest thing ever, because we have the Hermit here, where someone who's trying to not be seen, but you're seen anyway. And that's that song he says where it's like telling the person he's singing to, he's like, trust the one who's been where you are, thinking all it was sticks and stones. The words, they say that their words don't hurt them. You know that kind of saying. It's like sticks and stones can break your words, but words can never hurt you. He's like, trust the one who's been where you are, wishing all it was sticks and stones. The words cut deep, but that doesn't mean you're all alone. You're not invisible. So some of you could have been the kids who like had a growth spurt or a glow up, and you were always being bullied when you were younger for how you looked, and then you grew into like a beautiful flower. I love how that came through as well. You sprouted into a beautiful flower, a beautiful empress or emperor, and now people want to be all on your face. You're like, no, you wouldn't have wanted me the way I looked before. Now you want me all of a sudden because now I'm more conventionally attractive. So you guys definitely went through like a transformation. And that's basically what this Ace of Cups is saying, because we have a flower growing with the cup. And now people want to start filling your cup. You have to make your own cup pretty, because it's giving me, the cup is usually on its own. Now that the cup is decorated or flowers growing around it, it's kind of like the cup was bare before, and now the flower was growing as like a shield, or as you trying to put clothes over a body you didn't find desirable. And then as soon as your body became more desirable, everyone wanted to come and try to, shower you with compliments or water to help that garden not grow. But my garden is already grown and sprouted and flowing and abundant. I don't need you now. The Empress is all abundance. When we see her in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, she is filled with fertility and what is it called? What do they call it? It's not bushery. What am I saying? It's not shrubbery either. She's full, and she's in a garden full of life. essentially. So before, you didn't really have anything until your garden bloomed and all the flowers blossomed, and now all of a sudden everybody wants to be in your face, talking about how beautiful you are, all this kind of stuff, but you just want to be left alone. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for y'all. The high priestess is someone who had to nurture their spiritual self before they moved on to their beautiful self. So you became someone who was energetically, that's the vibe. Yes, that is the perfect explanation. You were someone who had to grow spiritually. You had to make your vibe as attractive as possible because you were pure on the inside, because nobody was checking for you on the outside, but your soul was pure. And then as soon as the outside started matching the insides, now all of a sudden everybody in your face, you're like, no, my energy is top tier, and so is my face card, and so is this body. And now everybody want to come check in. When before I only had spiritual wealth, now I have physical wealth, and everybody on my face. No, left me alone. No, this just won't do. 5 of Coins, you leave people lonely. You know what I mean? Is that a song? It is. A song is coming through. I'm trying to... I think Leave Me Lonely is an Ariana Grande song. That song that's coming through. And that could be the one she has. Is it Macy Gray or something? All you ever do is leave me lonely. That's what people are saying for you guys. All you ever do is leave them lonely. Yeah, I believe that is an Ariana Grande song. I'm trying to make sure. And we have the 12th house, which is like a very spiritual house of being hidden in the dark. Yes. It's all making sense now. So you have to go seeking spiritual fulfillment, nurture your soul, grow that way. Your energy became just so magnetic. And then maybe like with that, you were doing maybe, you're not giving me the vibe of someone who like were doing glamorous stuff. Maybe you were, or maybe just because your soul became so beautiful, like I said, so did your outer. You started working on both, So maybe before, when you were younger, you were so you were so focused on being desirable to everyone else. You were just like depressed, and you were very sad. You were very much in the dark. You felt unseen, essentially, with the 12th house coming here and the Hermit. You felt unseen before. And that meant you had to work on yourself to, create your own self-worth. And then as soon as you did that, maybe you felt more in control. You felt more, what's the word I'm looking for? Indestructible. So you started working on your physical beauty as well. And maybe working out more if you were someone who was bigger. Or maybe cosmetic surgery for others of you who may have, you wanted to change certain things. You know what I mean? Or even if you wanted to, maybe do a surgery to get smaller kind of vibe. Things like that. You started wanting to change your outer appearance as well. Or, like I said, the glow that just shines from within makes your outer appearance immediately gorgeous. The way these cards came out in reverse, and I wanted to immediately fix them and make them upright, is the kind of vibe. That could be you as well. They were in reverse, and they weren't how you like them. Your features, whatever it could have been, your body features, your looks, that kind of vibe, and you actively change them. This is giving me I'm hearing someone who was bullied for acne. You have very bad acne scars or scarring, literally, and maybe that's why you cover your body up with tattoos to cover the scarring. That's the energy that's coming through. But you have to be someone who is very emotionally, spiritually strong to deal with other people on a daily basis, or to deal with your own inner demons who are trying to tear you down for not being the most conventionally attractive person ever. But it became your energy that was the most attractive thing ever at the end of the day, before it kind of switched over to physical beauty. Now, like I said, she's giving me rolls, so you can be someone who's a little bigger. It's giving natural hair, okay? And she's wearing only slight makeup. It's a very natural look for some of you. Others of you, just fresh face, no makeup at all. But with the Scorpio and the Leo cards, they're I feel I wouldn't say Leos are intense, but they can be when they put all of their attention on you, because they want that attention back. When you're around them, it kind of feels like you're basking in the sun, and they actively search for people who make them feel that way as well. So I kind of feel there could be an energy here of you wearing makeup, or attracting people who are a lot of makeup or something like that, or going from someone who was more natural to wearing more makeup because you saw that that's what you wanted to do, kind of vibe. I'm getting an example. It's a feeling. I'm trying to decipher what that feeling is. it's like someone who maybe came from a household where they said natural beauty is best. You know what I mean? You don't need makeup to attract someone, but you always wanted to dabble in makeup, but you didn't want to hear all the mouths of other people around you saying makeup is this and it's for people who are trying to hide. And it's like, no, makeup accentuates. It's not supposed to hide. For some people, it was about hiding. When makeup first became a thing, when I was younger in middle school, whatever, it was to hide. And they would say only people who are ugly or whatever would wear makeup. And I'm just like, huh? It never made sense. They want to hide their imperfections, their maybe acne scarring, their acne in general, their breakouts, whatever. They wanted to hide it. Or, you know what I mean? Now, makeup has become a revolution or a movement to accentuate, to make you feel beautiful. I do makeup for me, not to get, views or looks from anyone else. Like, it's not now a thing you do. Like, some people do makeup to feel better about themselves. Like, you know what I mean? I'm thinking of Monet McMichael on TikTok, how she just does sometimes get ready with me. She's doing makeup and she's like, I just been feeling icky for the past few days. I want to just dress up and do my makeup and look pretty. And it's like, it's for her. She's doing it for her, not for y'all. She's doing content, sure, but she's doing it because she wants to feel a certain kind of way. And that could be what you realize along the way. Makeup is not to hide anything. It's to accentuate. It's for fun. It's for me to experiment. And it's for a way to make me look better. Why should I want to look better? Sure. Anyway. So there's something about that. Maybe going from not wanting to wear it to now wearing it. Showing some skin is coming through as well, because we have a little crop top half her belly, then here all out. Okay, so some of you could want to wear, I just heard Lizzo, and she is like what do they call it, a self-proclaimed exhibitionist. She wants people to see her body. She likes to dress up and put on a show for others. So that could be you guys. Maybe you came from a household where put your body away, that kind of energy, and you have to realize that me wanting to show off my body and look good all the time is not something that should be seen as selfish or wanting to do it for other people. I'm doing it for me, baby. That's it. You know what I mean? If you are here to see, fine. If I want to walk around naked, cool. If I want to be a freak show, if I want to be all these tattoos on my body, I can do that. Okay, if I want to walk around in freaking ball gowns every day in the 20th century, I can do that. That's what I do. I do what I want. Okay. Some of you could have been called to group 1. So I'm pretty sure that song came through in group 1. I could have come through in group 2, but now I'm not 100% sure. The song by JoJo and Wiz Khalifa, F Apologies. I would say I'm sorry if I really meant it. I'm not perfect, I've got pride, but I'm not perfect, I've got pride, but that's what it is. Fuck apologies. I would say I'm sorry if I really meant it. I'm not sorry. Fuck apology. I'm not perfect, I've got pride. That's not what it is this time. Yeah, that's not what it is this time. So people who have done you wrong for the longest time want to come around and apologize. Like, I'm F apologies. I'm not saying sorry for being who I am, just like how I want, living out loud and in living color in the sunshine, finally rising up and being my perfect self. You don't wear makeup, mom? Cool, I do. You don't want to show skin? I do. So breaking away from a mold, being this hermit energy, that could have been what the hermit means as well. You were someone who wanted to hide, and because you didn't want to be too extra or be too much or wear too many things, and now you're someone who can definitely do that. You're not scared of being seen, essentially, is the vibe that's coming through. So like I said, this didn't come through group 1, but like I said, if you felt called to more than one group, be more than welcome to watch all of them. Like, why not? Okay, so High Priestess, now you have 8 of Swords, the Empress, like I said, end all be all. Like, she is the epitome of beauty for the feminine. So for my feminines watching, yeah, you're gorgeous, darling, gorgeous. 4 of Swords, I'm hearing, yeah, her confidence is quiet. It's a quiet confidence. You're not doing things to be applauded or complimented, but if you are, cool, thanks, babe, you look good too. But I'm gonna keep it moving, you know what I mean? I'm not sitting here being self-centered or conceited. And if you are, that's you. You can do whatever you please. Like I said, no apologies. With the 9 of Wands, like I said, it's resilience, shaking things off. People trying to bring you down and knock you down, you keep getting back up. I'm hearing that song by Cardi B, knock me down 9 times, but I get up 10. And I do think it's also in that song where she's like, I went to the top floor so I could spit on itches. You know what I mean? I was just trying to something and make dollars, something like that. she's something about itching on itches, and then I went to the top floor so I could spit on itches. Like, people used to make fun of Cardi for doing this. She got cosmetic surgery, fixed her teeth, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff. I got a bag and fixed my teeth. But you know it wasn't cheap though. And I mentioned cosmetic surgery to change a few things, so that I love how the song is coming through now. The song just always be hitting, bro. Like, I love it. But yeah, she got a bag and fixed her teeth. I hope you know it ain't cheap. It's like being stuck in a prison of your own making, of what the Eight of Swords can be sometimes. Like I said, a lot of you have broken free from that mold, and now you are someone who's beautiful. Maybe you were someone who people were always complimenting you and you didn't believe them, and it took you having to do the inner work to now believe how beautiful you are. Now all of a sudden you're able to say that for others. Not say that for others, but say that to others. You're able to compliment other people now and say, hey, you're gorgeous, and take compliments as well as give them freely, you know? Which is the powerhouse. You really reclaimed your power. Now with the Leo, the lover, okay, with the lover we have the Ace of Cups here, making people fall in love with you, okay? And look at how she's looking I don't want to say it, but she's looking very demure. She's looking down to the side like, what do you mean? Not me, little old me, that kind of thing. I love people like that, like, little old me, what do you mean? Like, thank you. I'm channeling my friend. Like, I wouldn't, they were, I haven't seen them in a minute, but when I first met them, I could not stand them, child. He was just extra and loud and just like, But now the more that I think about it, I'm just like, just him being confidently himself, I'm just like, I love that. And you'd be like, oh, you look good. Oh, me? Of course I, like, you can't even see the gestures I'm making, but he's like so extra, and I love that. And it's funny because I don't think he's a Leo, he's an Aquarius, actually, so they do stand out in their own way, you know? Very much like always the best dressed person in the room. Know they look good, even if you don't think they're conventionally attractive, they know, or they think they are, that kind of energy. But yeah, for Leo, we have expressive, creative, loving, playful, warm, overt, self-confident. We have flirtatious, so we can have a little bit of a flirt here with the Empress energy. That is Taurus and Libra are known as the flirts, okay? We have glowing, we have bedazzling, extroverted. Some of you could be used to be introverted, now you're extroverted. Some of you could still be introverted. Take what resonates for you. We have vital, guileless, egotistical, juicy, proud, trusting, and excessive. Now what I love about these two cards coming out together is Scorpio is the most private, I would say, out of all the signs. They're the hardest to get to know, the most I wouldn't say introverted, but they keep their business to themselves, and they're very much to themselves. Leo is the complete opposite. They want to be out. They want people to see them. They want to be seen. They want to see people. They want to talk. They want to interact. They want to, what is it called? Socialize, that kind of thing. And Scorpio is kind of like, I'm looking for my corner. So there could be a distinct like split between two guys, you know, this group. Some of you are very introverted with the Hermit, the Four of Swords, the Scorpio energy, and then some of you are very extroverted. Then we have the Ace of Swords, the Eight of Swords, which is a very secluded, introspective kind of energy, trying to break out of your shell but not knowing how to, kind of energy. That could be some of you. You want to be this Leo energy, but you can't, or you were the Scorpio before, very mistrusting, takes a long time to get acclimated to people. And then we have the Leo, which can make instant friends in a second, you know? There's a difference. But the 12th house is just something here being very much how can I say, like, intuitive with the High Priestess and the 12th house and the Hermit. There's something very wise, very sharp, very intelligent about you. And I feel like in a lot of the listings of the most intelligent signs, we have Scorpio coming through a lot of the time, you know, because their intuition rules them, and they're very, very, very intuitive. So is the 12th house, and so is the High Priestess, you know. So we could have some Pisces here coming through, some Scorpios as well. With the Hermit, it's giving Virgo a little bit. I did say the friend that I mentioned was an Aquarius. We have Leo coming through. 12th house is also Pisces energy, okay? 9th house is Sagittarius energy, and they do those to have a good time as well. They're the partiers, I would say. The Zodiac, the Leo like to make friends and be in the spotlight, but the Sag is going to be partying and shaking booty, okay? Some of you could have like a very good booty because that's Sagittarius, and they rule the thighs. So you have like shapely hips and waist and booty, okay, for some of you. There's something about lines and your clothes like draping over you. It's like they were made for you. You like showing like arms and shoulders. Like I said, you have no problem showing skin. Look at how you have a bald, guys. Some of you, if you are men, even if you're a woman, you could be bald. Go off. I'm hearing Chizzy. Is her name Chizzy Doodle on TikTok? But she always shaves her head bald, you know, and she's gorgeous, guys. Oh my gosh. It's giving that. You have a shapely head. If that makes sense. But it says the ability to give creative energy a practical expression, and with this creative energy is coming through perfectly the engineer. You not only talk the talk, you walk the walk. You are coming up. Some of you can make your own clothes. Like you make your own clothes, do your own makeup, that kind of energy. But for practical expression, you're not doing too much. But did you make that dress? Yes, I did. Like, how could you tell? And you're just like, you're so composed about it, I would say. You know what I mean? But talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. So you're very good at problem solving as well. Now with the priest, we have facilitates spiritual commitment, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. High priestess, Scorpio. What more do you need? There's a very spiritual air to it. Like I said, your energy is, I would say, more gorgeous than your physical beauty, you know? With the servant, delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. So you are very giving with your time and your energy, but I feel like only for the people who you feel called to serve in a way, you know? You're a servant of humanity, which is giving Virgo again. They're the serve, that's the serve. So Virgo 2 times over, child, with hermit and servant energy coming through. But it's kind of like, how can I help? How can I give you these insights? How can I help you elevate? You know what I mean? There could be something about a lot of crystals, or you wear like, I hear gaudy jewelry. Like it's just like very heavy, very, I'm hearing very real, very expensive for some of you. Others of you doesn't have to be expensive, but it's like heavy jewelry, you know, where you'll hold it and it's like weight, it has some weight to it. Then we have hermit, seek solitude to focus intently on your inner life, serves personal creativity. So it's giving ambivert. Like I said, you want to be in the spotlight, but at the same time, you don't want to be in the spotlight. You dress very well and attract attention, but you don't really want the attention on you, but you do. You want compliments, you have a hard time receiving them, but you love them. You know what I mean? You know how to give compliments as well, kind of vibe. People always compliment how you dress, how you look. Some of you like have natural hair. Your natural hair gets complimented, kind of vibe. And here we have someone with the low boy again. We have him, he's protecting someone. The person, the priest, who's protecting the person here has a low cut. So some of my men, you know, is giving bald to little hair. But then he also has hair here. He has hair connecting in all types of places. It comes from his head and it connects into a full beard and mustache vibe. So yeah, for others of you, this is also giving like very like Asian culture, like the very loose fitting silks, and it's giving that, like I said, flowy, like your clothes just fit you like a glove essentially, or it flows. It's like the lines and how you move and how the clothes you wear, it's just like it was made for you. Regal, comfortable, roomy for some of you. You know, you don't want things to be too tight on you, but it fits you well. You know what I mean? It could be spandex, like I said, with this whole athleisure vibe, but it still looks good and cups you, I wanted to say. And cups you well. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop, okay? But personal creativity, we have that coming through a lot. You are someone who is very creative. Very spiritual, very deep, very creative, very hard to read. Bro, very spiritual, very creative, very demure, very cutesy, very classy, very mindful, coming through again. I'm sorry. It's gonna become old and I'm gonna stop doing it eventually, but it's coming through. Like, you see how I came to the interviews the same way I come to the job, kind of vibe. This I don't think we're gonna be out here wearing anything like beneath you, is the vibe that I'm getting. No matter what you're wearing, you make it look good, even if you're naked, child. You know, you're making it look good. But I'm done. Very dark colors coming through here, very blues. We have a lot of greens, we have oranges. So we have green coming through, we have blues coming through, orange coming through twice as well. We have like very light pinks, very dusty rose is what I'm hearing. Blues coming through again. So like mostly blues, oranges, greens, a little bit of pinks coming through. Those could be colors you look really great in, just saying, you know. But you also have like a very, like a sort of warrior like quality to you. You don't give up very easily. Things roll off your back. And like I said, you've been through a lot. You could have been bullied, or like I said, you weren't the most attractive person when you were younger, but you had like a growth spurt or a glow up, or even you were told you're beautiful when you were younger, but you didn't believe it because you had to believe it yourself. You felt invisible. Nobody saw you. Nobody was checking for you, but you grew up into a beautiful, gorgeous person. And people like, now they're looking for you, just like, now you don't know if they want you for your looks now, or if they want you for who you are, which is why you could keep people away with the Scorpio. It takes a minute for a person to get close to you. That has nothing to do with your conventional beauty, but it's coming through, so I'm gonna say it. Five of Coins is like giving very lone wolf, by yourself, adrift, no one to talk to. I'm hearing Ursula, the poor unfortunate souls with no one else to turn to. Ursula's and she a baddie too. She was owning the hips and the waist, and that's what I was saying. Your son is very bodacious. You can have like I said, a chunk of a figure. Some of you aren't. Some of you are very limber. Some of you are very, you know what I mean. Limber is the word, and then others of you are very, you know, are bigger. You know, bodacious. Okay, and y'all love y'all flowy dresses, huh? Yes, you do. Y'all love y'all patterns, huh? Yes, y'all do. Pattern. What are you telling me? Even the plant here has a little pattern, a little extra sauce. Just have that extra thing, the it factor, the X factor. Y'all have it, guys. Group 2. What was I saying? Bigger, bodacious. Yeah, Ursula. Like, just gorgeous. She's out here hexing people and has the power, and she was literally a sea witch. And she could have used her powers for good, but she did not, because she was beefing with her brother. But yeah, powerful and a baddie, and know you a baddie. And she's literally shaking her hips from side to side, and she's like, you have your pretty face, and don't forget the importance of body language. Where she flung her hips from side to side, child. Just and Ariel was just like mesmerized, child. You know, in the presence of greatness, might I add. Let me stop. I'm not an Ursula stan, but I love me some Ursula. I'm not gonna lie. She made bad sexy. She made it cool. All the other villains were just like, She had a magnetism to her. We couldn't be mad. We couldn't hate her, except when she was doing what she was doing. But you know what I mean. She was bad, but we liked her still as a character. Some other villains would be bad, and they're just like, ugh. Like Jafar, I hate that man. I don't understand why he did anything he did. I would never understand him. Ursula, we can understand her. It's giving anti-hero, even though she never saved anybody in her life. Okay, let me stop getting crazy. I feel like I'm done with you guys, though. It's giving you are life of the party. You're also very much on your own all the time. You're very much into spirituality, that kind of vibe. You know what I mean? We have foreign travel, adventure, higher education, very intelligent. We have customs, faith, beliefs, pilgrimages, spiritual quests. You have been on your own spiritual quest. You had to. And then I feel like you grew into your beauty even more. We have journalism, religion, gurus, risk taking. Some of you could be journalists, child, stop it. You on TV, you write things, that kind of vibe. But I don't know what else to say. I just heard dancer. And I'm hearing that song by Idris Elba. I challenge you to a dance-off. So some of you could do dance-offs. Some of you could be also very petite, is what I'm hearing as well. Very short, very petite. I'm hearing freckles. I challenge you to a dance-off. Wearing your hair back in a bun. You have black hair for some of you. Others of you have brown hair, light brown, dark brown. Others of you is jet black. Some of you have red hair as well. Some of you are bald. And there's blonde coming through here. And then we have wigs and extensions and all that coming through with Scorpio, the powerhouse. But yeah. That's all that I have for you guys. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me. Use my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you watch this reading. And as always, I'll see you gorgeous people in the next one. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 3s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose image 3, option 3, the number 3, the energy of group 3, welcome, however you got here. I'm not sure if I'm doing options yet, or if I'm just gonna do the pictures. I don't know. I've been all over the place lately. I've been experimenting, I could say, you know. But welcome to your reading. Today's reading, we're going to be getting into, it's a viewer requested reading, since I'm not sure if she subscribed, but she asked me under one of my readings about personality versus looks, or how does this person view your sex appeal, or something along those lines I did. And she said, how can you let me know how attractive I am based on societal standards? So I'm like, based on society's beauty standards, how attractive are you? We're going to get into that. I'm not going to do any ratings in this one. I have a reading where I rated, but it just ended up becoming, I don't know, my readings, I can't stick to the physical. I always get more on the soul, who you are as a soul. The physical attributes come after I get into that. Spirit always makes sure I get into the spiritual, who you are as a person, what made you who you are first. So if you are looking more so for, you have a big booty and dick thighs and da-da-da-da, that's not going to be me. It's going to come towards the end of the reading when I'm done channeling whatever spirit wants you to hear. But that's just kind of reader I am. I am sorry. I cannot force the messages they be telling me. Sorry. That's one thing I'm not going to do is lie. And that could be you as well. You could also be someone who experiments with your looks, because I did say I'm experimenting, and each group gets a different spiel. And based on what I say, it always ties into the reading. So whatever I just say off rip like this, take into consideration. That could be you as well. You're experimental. You get right to the soul of people. You can't focus too much on physical things, that kind of vibe. Just take what I said. So what I'm going to do in this reading is pull from 3 different decks, a tarot deck and 2 oracle decks. I'm going to get the cards first, and then I'm going to spread them out and get into the energy. So just bear with me. It's giving, would you be considered conventionally attractive, and how attractive are you based on societal beauty standards? Okay, I have one more. At the bottom of the deck, we have 4 of coins, and then we also have the Knight of Wands. So I'm getting some of you could be a little more conservative. You keep to yourself, maybe. I'm also hearing you're stacked. Like some of you, if you're guys, you're very muscular. If you're females, you have like you're busty, I should say. So would you be considered conventionally attractive? If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate, but it will resonate for somebody here watching. So take what resonates, please. How attractive are my group 3s based on societal standards, please? Based on society's beauty standards, where would my group 3s rank? Where are they? You guys are very much not as talkative as the other groups. Group 3s. I'm hearing competent. I wanted to say rich-ish, but I heard competent. So you're good with money is what I'm hearing. I don't know if that has to do with your standards, but maybe you spend your money wisely. You have like a lot of maybe expensive pieces in your wardrobe. Let me get a few more cards. Beauty standards. You're very helpful. You're nice. Ooh, some of y'all are very stable, very secure in your, money or your life. Spiritual practice. Voice. You could have the voice of an angel. I'm hearing you could sing. Your voice is very, alluring. It's very enticing. So your voice already is A1. Okay. Ooh, Jesus, now your cards are getting talkative. So it takes you a little bit to warm up, to open up to people. But it comes sprouting out eventually. You could be a performer and you be on stage, which is why you come off as someone who's rich. Because people just automatically think once you're a performer, a singer, actress, dancer, whatever, you tell people that's your profession, your influencer, whatever, oh, you must be rich. I'm like, if I give that vibe, yes, thank you. You know what I mean? That's the vibe you give, though. You give someone who has monies. People are like, oh my gosh, you're an influencer, you must have money. You do YouTube, you must be rich. Oh my gosh, you sing, you must be loaded. And I'm just like, if you say so, like, yes, manifest that life for me. Say that. Keep that same energy throughout the whole entirety of my life till I get rich, please. Because I will one day. Okay. Group 3, how attractive are they based on society's beauty standards, please? it's just giving performer sense. People will come and watch your shows, and I'm not going to generalize, but I do feel like people who perform or get gigs are definitely attractive, or people who are performers immediately have that allure, that draw, that X factor that brings people in and attracts attention. Anybody can sing, but if you don't have that charisma, you don't have that it factor behind your singing, no one's gonna want to be with you. Because there's plenty of singers who can sing their behinds off, but they're not at the top of the charts because they don't have that thing. They have a beautiful voice, yes, but they don't have that thing. Some people can't really sing that well, but they have that thing. You know what I mean? I heard immediately David Bowie. I have never really listened to his songs. I can't even say if his voice was like A1, but I know his personality and his aesthetic damn sure was. He drew people in with his aesthetic, okay? Now I'm hearing Michael Jackson as well. I love me some Michael, and I would never say that man can't sing, because yes, the hell he can, but it was something about him that even if he wasn't able to sing, we just was drawn to him from the get-go. You know what I mean? Let me get your cards out. I'm talking too much. Jesus Christ. I'm like, sometimes I don't even need cards for these readings, but they're fun and they're cute, so why not? Group 3s, please. How attractive are they based on society's beauty standards? Wow, some of you could be called to group 2. And some of you could just be watching all the way through. Of course you would fall, Heffa. I'm gonna move you guys for a second. There's so much noise going on, so there could always be noise around you guys, because group 1 and group 2 was noisy because that fool outside is barking for no reason, but I don't got no time to be asking him why, because I want to get this reading done. Come on, I'm not trying to be in the camera. I hope y'all can't see me. And if you can, hey, bruh. Okay. Okay. And we have a dilettante. Look at that. Someone who delights in the arts without having to be a professional. Y'all gonna stop playing with me here. What I said about a channel without the cars. Anywho, we have alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. We're gonna get into that after. Let me put all of these to the side and start off. We got a lot of cards from this deck. Jeez Louise. Okay, let's start off. What cards you guys got first? Well, these cards came out first, so let's get into them. We have the Emperor. Wow. We have Temperance. So there's something very masculine about you guys. With the Hierophant and the Emperor, that's crazy. And I love how they're both the same color. And there you go again. We have the Two of Cups. What? Yeah, you guys are getting a mix of the two groups. Group 1 and group 2. For sure. I'm trying to fix these so they look straight in the camera. And we have Page of Coins. Very innocent. Very, I'm hearing novice. Something very, I also want to kind of say nouveau riche. So it could be something very new rich about you guys. I think that's what nouveau riche means, because that's what's her name said. London Tipton. She said, I am not nouveau riche, I am filthy riche. Yo, London Tipton was that girl. Stop playing. Yeah. But what she didn't understand was that nouveau riche means that she's like new money. So it's kind of like you're the first person in your family to make money, to become a star, to have the most, income out of anyone prior, I should say. So you're new money. So anywhere you go, people are like, oh, they must be new money. But if you are new money or not, you give the vibe of someone who's rich. And I said that from jump, and now those examples are coming through. I'm hearing nouveau riche. Like, I'm not nouveau riche, I'm filthy riche. Period. Claim that for yourselves. I'm claiming it for me and for you as well. You don't have a choice. And we're going to get into these cards next. We have Child Nature. Maybe some of you could be a little bit indecisive because I wasn't sure which deck to go with. We have Dilettante. I love that I was saying that about the arts and singing and all that kind of stuff, and this came through. So you could be an artist as well. People come to your shows and look at your art and it's like, oh my gosh. We always fall in love with tortured artists. I don't know what it is about them. They just have depth. They're tortured. They've been through some things in life. We just want to heal them. whether it's the photographer that can't commit, he has intimacy issues, whether it's the artist that has trauma from his abusive household and he puts it into his art, whether it's the singer who have the unstable household upbringing and they have to, you know, let it out in their music. It doesn't matter. There's something wrong with all of us, honestly, but the artists are able to convey it so much better, to come off more deep. We all have problems, but they seem like they have the most problems. You want to heal them and, you know, be there for them, kind of vibe. Okay, we have the moon. Yeah, exactly. They be in their feelings. Child, this is crazy, okay? We have Sagittarius, the Voyager. Always on a quest, always on a journey, very hard to tie down and get to know. The Sagittarius are the non-committals of the zodiac. They don't want to be in a relationship. They're hard to tie down. So yeah, you could be someone who's never been in a relationship, I just heard, or it's hard for you to want to be with someone, even though we have the Two of Cups, which is the peak relationship card in the tarot, in my opinion. You have Mercury, communication. You're very good at communicating, though. I don't know where all these cards are gonna go, so maybe we might just wait. No, I heard take them out now. We have quicksand complexity. As soon as this freaking Emperor came out, I knew this was gonna come through. People don't understand you. People see you as like, I'm a little bit of like an odd, like not even an oddball. Maybe some of you are oddballs. Did we have Aquarius come through at all? No. Like you're a bit of an oddball, or people like in a way where they're just like, how can you be this and that at the same time? How can you be this artist and you're like just gorgeous and this and that, but you're also standoffish and cold? How can you look so feminine but act so masculine? How can you look so masculine but act so feminine? Like that's the vibe that are coming through for y'all. Like, oh my gosh, you look so innocent and cute and and childlike, essentially, with these two cards coming out with cute little innocent animals in the pages, which are always younger, more youthful energies. Like you are like, you're 30 something, 40 something, still with the face of a 20-year-old. And people think, oh my gosh, yeah, I could take advantage of them and take, you know, and until you show them, you know, your bark. I'm hearing your bite is worse than your bark. Like you're not going to be sitting here. You'll be saying stuff, and that bite is backing it up 10 times more than the bark could. And people are kind of scared of you a little bit. You're very intimidating with the Hierophant and the Emperor. Like you see through people and you don't put up with their BS. You read them, reading. You read them to freaking filth, and you have them cowering in their boots with your roar. Like, what are you telling me? Not a thing? The Temperance, like a very balanced. You balance the energies really well. Because I am getting feminine energy from you. Like I said, some of you are like very cute, very pretty, right? You're gonna stop playing with me. Very cute, very demure, very stop. But you're very cute, very innocent, that kind of energy. But then you're also very masculine in the way where you handle your business and read people to filth kind of vibe. Coming from someone who gets that all the time. Like I have like a very cutesy, innocent appearance, and then as soon as I start cussing people out, what do you mean? Like, I didn't know you was like that. I get aggressive all the time. I'm like, I'm gonna be aggressive because what you're not gonna do is play in my face. Okay. Anyways, that could be y'all as well. You're always experimenting with different looks. The way she has the blue streaks in her hair, kind of vibe. You read a lot. You definitely do. With the Hermit energy, yeah. And what else? The Voyager. You read a lot, you explore a lot, you like to learn different things. Some of you could have tattooed heads. I'm getting Chris Brown's and freaking Zayn's. And what was I saying about the whole tortured artist? No matter what those guys do, because they always was in some kind of controversy. When Drake left, not Drake, Drake too. It's funny, and it's funny because both Drake and Chris Brown have Leo risings, which is why they get so much attention, whether it's good or bad. But I meant Zayn. When Zayn left One Direction, when Chris Brown was in the whole scandal with Rihanna, and sis went back to him after he beat her silly. I love Rihanna, but after he beat her silly, sis went back. Yes. She said, oh, he didn't mean it. I'm gonna go back real quick. She left, obviously, we know, because she's now with ASAP and her two beautiful kids, but she went back for seconds after he beat her silly, you know? So that you have that draw where people want to heal you and help you, and they're like, and he would always try to blame it on, oh, my mom got beat when I was younger and that's why I came out this way. Understood. But you're grown now. Get some help, boy. Get some help, son, please. And I love Chris Brown, but he just be doing things. I'm just like, sir, please. Like, all of this is just unnecessary. Having all these kids out of wedlock, not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm like, you're creating so many broken homes for no reason. With these young girls, like the only person that I feel like in trust with a child Not that I know the other two baby mamas, but the first one, because that, I think her name was Nia Guzman or something. She was giving grown woman energy, and she had that child, and I wasn't worried about her because she was taking care of her fine before Chris even knew that he was a daddy. Okay, she had a whole family with another guy, and the guy found out that the baby wasn't his. A whole lot of when the whole thing dropped. But the next two girls who have kids, I'm just like, they look like young girls who just there for the money or the check, and I'm just like, why? Anyway, let me not too much on them, or I'm not gonna be in their business. Anyway, you could be someone who just like has a lot of opinions. Did you guys get Mercury? Yeah, you did. You talk a lot, you have a lot of opinions, you read things really well. The way I'm just like, and she went back, and you know what I mean? This girl, the Nia, the first baby mama from Chris, like I said, she seems grown. She's handling her business, taking care of her daughter. The next two are giving me, they just want the spotlight and that kind of thing. And it's just like, it don't sit right with me. And you have like a very deep intuition. You're very much like I don't want to say like a mama bear, papa bear, but it's kind of like you have that some sense to you. And you know certain things are wrong. You know certain people are flighty. You know certain people are stable. And you can tell the difference. Which is why I'm just like bringing up a whole bunch of gossip. You could also be a gossip. A little bit of a yenta. Which is a Jewish version of a blabbermouth of gossip. Okay? And it's funny because I met one. I didn't meet one, but she was standing right next to me when I was coming home from work yesterday. I was running to get the bus because I was about to miss it. And she was next to me, like, pushing the baby's shoulder, barely even paying attention to the baby. And I'm like, man, you're too in the street. Move back. You know what I mean? Just catch certain things with my eyes, like just being nosy. And she's on the phone like, oh, yeah, and she don't want to be with her. And I'm like, look at you. You're giving something Goldberg. I forget her name. But she's the mom in the Goldbergs. And she was a yenta girl. She came together with her little friends, was always chanting, always in somebody's business. That's the kind of vibe you're giving me. You're giving me the mama Goldberg. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, I'm talking too much. This is supposed to be, how convinced you're attractive are you? I'm not getting that you're the, people fall under your allure, but I wouldn't say you're like, oh my gosh, the person that everybody's running for. Your energy speaks louder than your words. Like I said, your actions speak louder than your words. You're very powerful energy and personality. But there's like something about you that you keep like a little closed off from everyone else. That mysterious vibe is what's coming through for you guys. We haven't gotten that for other groups. So I feel like group 3 is always the group that gets mysterious vibes. You know, with the Hermit, the Emperor, and the Hierophant. The Hierophant is, first of all, he's like a priestly archetype in the tarot. He's in the church, and people are coming to him, praying to him, asking him for help and guidance. He's the one who marries, officiates the services at marriages, that kind of vibe. He's probably most likely the one that's giving the couples and Catholic, you know, beliefs the counseling before they get married, making sure they're ready to get married. So you're picking up on things other people can't. You're the counselor to other people, okay? But it's already intimidating because people can see like feel like they're being read from across the room with this page of coins. So you're looking at them and you're picking up on every little thing, and they feel like embarrassed, or if they get caught doing something embarrassing, you're the only person in the room who caught it because you're, always alert kind of vibe. But you have brain and you have heart, okay? Is the beauty there? Yes, but I wouldn't say in the conventional way. We have the Temperance, which could be like a little angelic. Like I said, you look innocent, but you're not the first option when people are looking for things. Like, I feel like you could be, because like I said, you have that air of superiority. You have that air of, I'm working late because I'm a singer. You know what I mean? What else did she say in that song? This boy, he's obsessed with me, that kind of thing. Sorry, I can hurt my stomach, y'all. She's like, I got this one boy and he won't stop calling. My honeybee, come and get this pollen. So you do have that allure, but would I say you're convinced you're attractive? Yes and no. But with child nature, page of coins, Temperance is usually an angel figure. It's giving innocent and baby-y, and most people don't really want the baby face person. Like, you have all the wisdom in the world, all the allure, you're very mature, you're picking up on everything, and that is very unnerving is the word I'm looking for. Because kids are supposed to be innocent. They're not supposed to pick up on everything. They're not supposed to, even though they do, but they're a kid. They can't do anything about that. You are someone who picks up on everything. You're very honest, very blunt, very mysterious, and you do things to confirm that, it's not the right word I wanted to use. Like, to show people that, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I can do something about it, though. You know what I mean? Like, if a kid saw somebody getting beat up, they can't do anything. They would try, but they can't. You was going to watch somebody get beat up, and you're going to go and beat somebody else down for beating that person up. Like, that kind of thing, you could do something about things. Kids can't. So you have that unnerving quality about you where you're like those kids who just be staring you down on the bus or on the train or wherever you be at. I'm like, can I help you? Like, it's unnerving because why are you so fixated on me? Kids are supposed to be flighty and, you know, like oblivious and having a good old time, and you're just staring me down. What did I do? Like, but they say if kids look at you, that means you're pretty and that means you're really beautiful. So I'm just like, you guys could be, but I'm not going to say you're conventionally attractive based on societal standards, because society standards have a different view on beauty than what a kid would have on beauty. You know what I mean? Kids, when they look at you and they can't stop looking at you, that means they think you're gorgeous, you're beautiful, you know? But is that what society thinks is beautiful? Maybe not, you know? You have a big mouth, a big energy, a big everything is what's coming through, and you have that complexity coming through here. But let me read off these before I try to cover them. We have child nature, friendships with animals, and look at that. Oh my gosh, your cards are carding as always. We have communication with nature spirits. That's you. You could be someone who's like a bit of a druid, essentially. So some of you could be like very much in nature all the time, frolicking in the forests and the trees. You feel very connected to nature and forests and that kind of vibe, you know? What's another name for forests? The woods. Yeah, I'm like, excuse me, I know there's another word. You feel like very called to, like, you know, parks and the woods and the forests and lake houses and bodies of water, like that kind of thing. You just want to be one with nature. Like, you're a druid, you're a nymph, you're a sprite, you're a fairy, you're a mermaid, those kinds of things. And those creatures are angelic and otherworldly. But would we, if we actually saw them on Earth, would we say they're conventionally attractive? I don't know. But there's something about this you. Oh my gosh, bro. There's something about you being beautiful and gorgeous and angelic looking and maybe otherworldly, but that's not what people would consider conventionally attractive, or there's just something about you that turns them off, you know? But based on beauty standards, I would say, yeah, I would say you have fair features. I would say you're beautiful. You have the color in your hair the way the mermaids do when you're very sprightly, and you people that you're cutesy and you're always with the animals, but I don't think those are the people that are considered conventionally attractive, in my opinion. So I don't know if I'm putting my bias on this. You could be. I feel like you are. I'm saying you're gorgeous, guys. Like, but you could be like just always on your own and you never give people a chance. But that's not what we're talking about here. Let me stick to the topic. Like I said, it's hard for me to stick to the topic based on what's coming through. But with the way we have North Node and Destiny, people think you have a destiny. And I said I was going to finish reading on the card. Okay, Hermit, seek solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. So you're definitely someone who keeps to themselves. You're always evolving your own soul. You're only worried about you. You could be someone who's like a little self-absorbed, but it's like being you're selfish in the way I'm giving myself all the love. And I don't need it from anybody else, which could be what puts people off. You don't need anyone. They need you. Yeah. The dilettante, we read this already, but I'll read it again. Delights in the arts without having to be professional. So you're the lone wolf. You're the tortured artist. Tortured artists stay to themselves. They paint by themselves, sculpt on their own, take pictures of nature. Some of you could. The singers are the ones who are more social. They write songs with other people. You could be one of the singers who don't. You're very much solitude on your own, writing songs about your own experiences, being vulnerable, that kind of vibe, but you don't release it. But you do sing. You don't go to karaoke, that kind of vibe, but the music that you make yourself, it's not popularized, or it's not in rotation or something. It's a word, I believe it is. But it alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits, you know? So you're definitely not someone who's superficial at all, you know? Which is why I was like, you could be someone who doesn't really focus too much on looks, which is why maybe you don't want to be seen as conventionally attractive is what is coming through. I'm like, everything points to you being it. Like, you're the it girl, you're Nuva Reach, you're Filthy Rich, you're London Tipton. But would she have been considered conventionally attractive, London Tipton? That's a good question. Answer me, riddle me that. Even Brenda Song in general, we don't see her. She's freaking, like, beautiful. Like, and I'm telling you, but in that show, it's giving the whole Bonnie effect in Vampire Diaries. It's giving the London Tipton effect. The women of color yes, the Asians are included in that. They are not seen as desirable as the common, I don't want to say common, as the more conventionally attractive white or Caucasian person is, I think, the vibe that I'm getting here. But you guys are all like just gorgeous. And even in my opinion, I feel like London was more attractive than Maddie, but Maddie was the one who was doing all the boyfriends and kissing all the boys because she was blonde and she was Caucasian in the show Zack and Cody. Even in her character as Sharpay wasn't the most beautiful. I believe Gabriella in that movie was more beautiful than her, but thankfully in that movie Gabriella got the guy. But it's kind of like where London Tipton was always, they made her the dumb heiress, even though we know that's what she applied for. I'm pretty sure they wanted to make her a different race just to make it more the distinct difference between Maddie being the know-it-all in the show and London being the heiress. I'm not going to look too deep into things, but you could be someone who does that. You look very deep into things. You're just like, it's funny how Bonnie was one of the most attractive people on that show, but she never had her man, or there was killed off her man. You see that? And it's funny because right before your reading, or before this reading, I was thinking about that earlier. I was watching something, and I'm like, it's crazy to me how in this show, sis Aisha in Winx Club, because I was watching Fate Winx, whatever it's called, on Netflix. I'm rewatching, I should say. And I remember how someone said, you remember they were going over all the people in society or in movies or television, so you could be someone in movie and television, but you're still treated not as good as everyone else, no matter how attractive you are, which is why people won't say you're conventionally beautiful. You see what I'm saying? While I was getting you're beautiful, you're angelic, you're like a freaking mystical person, but people still look at you as like, no, I want that other person, you know? But anyway, how they did a video based on the black characters or colored characters in TV and television, and how they never had boyfriends for long because they're not supposed to, or they never got the white boys to want to be with them. The way in Vampire, for example, I'm going to give you examples. Of course, the age-old, the most upsetting of upsets in TV history, the fact that Bonnie and Damon got stuck in like hell together, but they didn't end up together, even though Damon wanted their character to be together. I mean, Ian Somerhalder, all the guys on the cast had a crush on Kat Graham, Bonnie, but because she was the black girl, she never got her love interest. All her love interests would die, and even in the end, they made him get back with Elena, which made no sense because Damon, yeah, and Bonnie had like a very intense connection. He was always riding for her. Why just not make them a couple? No, because the black woman's not supposed to be with the white guy. The white guy's not supposed to want the black girl over all the other girls. You know what I mean? That's what's coming through Aisha in the Winx Club. All of her men, and I never noticed that until it was pointed out to me, all her guys died in the show. Or something was wrong with them, or I feel like one of her boyfriends ended up being evil and he just used her to get closer to Bloom. Like, madness. Like, all the black ladies in these shows do not get their happy ever after. They don't end up with the white guy, or because that's their scene, they're not desirable enough to end up with the black woman, or they always just get another example. Andre on Victorious, in the same video I was watching, in Victorious, it was so blatantly obvious that he was supposed to be with Tori, but because she's the white female character, even though I don't think she's even white in real life, child, but anyway, I digress. The main female character is not supposed to end up with a black or colored side character. It's basically what the whole video was about. And Andre only had girlfriends for one episode. He had a girl they brought on to make out with him, but it was so blatantly obvious, even more than Beck, that he was supposed to be with Tori in that show. But did they give the black guy the lead female character? Did they give it? No, they didn't let it happen. It never happened, even though it was so obvious. They made music together so well. They were best friends. It would have been so easy to transition into that. But the people who made the show, who are not colored or whatever, didn't want to make it a thing. You know, not to go on a whole rant, but I feel like you like look into things and you see the patterns and you see what happens, and it's just like that's why you're too combative. You do not let things go. You do not overlook things. Like I said, kids will see something and can't do anything about it. You're seeing something and saying something and doing something. And that makes you too aggressive, too manly, too dominant, too masculine, whatever. And that's not seen as attractive for a female. Now, if you're a masculine, it could be opposite or it could be the same thing. You're seen as too aggressive, too dominant, too overbearing, too this. You know what I mean? And that's not seen as, conventionally or societally attractive. Even though I think it kind of is, because they always want the guys to be a leader or whatever. You know what I mean? But that's the vibe that I'm getting here from you guys. Where it's like you look gorgeous, but in the show you wouldn't end up with the main character or the white lead character, because the writers, for whatever reason, don't think you deserve to be with them, or you're not going to get your happy ever after. They're going to keep killing you and bringing you back. And they even did say the only reason they kept bringing Bonnie back in the show, even though they wanted to off her, is because the fans and the cast said, I won't keep working for you if you do this to Kdrama. She said plenty of times how she was treated on the set. So it's kind of like those kinds of things. And tell me she's not gorgeous. She's beautiful, but she's blind, or she's colored, or she's something. And that's not seen as societally attractive. But you guys are, but you aren't, if you understand what I'm saying. If you're still watching, you understand what I'm saying. You get me. We're here. Okay? But yeah, you're someone who's an actress, you're a model, you're something. And everyone would say you're beautiful, but are they going to say you're conventionally attractive? No, because that's not what we look for in society. They're not checking for the colored people unless you're someone who's already colored or already a minority, or unless the people who are checking for you are not being controlled by other people, the way the writers were controlling how the stories and shows were written. I'm like, not even in Winx Club I kept killing off Aisha's men. Never noticed that. Sis never got a happy ending. Sad, ain't it? Yeah. Anyway, servant, delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. That's also, I'm not talking about slave mentality, but that could be this as well, where you're seen as someone who's meant to give to others and be that for others, but you're not able to have that for yourself, You're able to be the best friend to Elena in the show the whole time and give her everything, give her basically your life and her man and everything, and you just sitting there the whole time just being her best friend, the side character, the person who's there to serve her. Y'all know what I'm saying. If you get the people that get it. Okay. So that's why I'm like, you are. Like, I'm like, why is it giving me that you are, but you aren't? Because you're not what they're checking for, because you're skin color, because of something, It's giving group 1, if a little bit. Anyway, and then we have the moon feelings. Not me just like segueing. And then we have the moon feelings. We have instinct, nurturing, gut reactions, comfort, digestion, home, family, conditioning, habits, femininity. Yep, you are the feminine. Like I said, you have very feminine traits and features. You look innocent and cutesy for my women, and for men you could be like very pretty boy-y, but people like your personality is a direct contrast to your looks. And it's off-putting in a way, or it's just the color of your skin. That could be the thing that's off-putting, child. Anyway, we have privacy. You're someone who's very private. We have, and that's what I was saying, conservative. You keep to yourself. We have emotion, sustenance, self-soothing, moods, and mother. So you're always there for yourself. You connect more with books and animals than people, because sometimes you can be a little bit, And look at how it kind of seems like this hermit is like pushing people away with his fire. And it's like giving Bloom from Winx Club, where she wouldn't get close to people because her fire would burn too hot or something like that. You know what I mean? Like a spitfire. You're someone who's very spitfire, and you can't be tamed, or that kind of vibe. You're not mindlessly submissive. You will submit to the right person, because all of us would if you find the right person to submit to, but you're not doing it mindlessly or willingly. You're not being calm and docile and cute. You know what I mean? You're being fierce in who you are. Okay, that's enough of me just going off on a tangent. I'm so sorry. We have enthusiastic, philosophical. You think very deeply about things. I'm getting that immediately. Okay, we have independent is coming through as well. You do for yourself what others don't, so they don't have to do for you. Like, why make someone else do what I can already do for myself? Overly independent. And it's funny because the most recent episode I was watching of Winx Club, one of them was Sky was telling her, of course you don't need my help. And he's used to always wanting to take care of other people because that's what he wants in return, He's like, he told her in the show, he was like, I fixate so much on fixing other people so I don't have to focus on what's broken in me. And I was like, ooh, bars. That could be something you do. That could be something other people do. They want to help other people. But you're like, I can do it myself. And it's like, let me help you. You're like, why? I can do it myself. You know what I mean? So you're going to have a hard time being soft and feminine. But you look it. But you don't act it. Is the vibe that's coming through. Okay? Anywho, we have independent, generous. Six of Coins. Absolutely. Those mean the same thing. Ethical, definitely. We have seeking, happy-go-lucky, adventurous, honest, bareback. Okay. We have unbridled, experimental, lucky, boundless, traveling, risk-taking, tactless, and self-righteous. I said something here about you being a little selfish, self-righteous. That could be a thing as well. That's the Emperor energy coming through. Like, I know it all. I can do it myself. You bow down to me. I'm not bowing down to you. I'm the king of the jungle. I'm the big honcho, that kind of vibe. I'm the big man on campus or big woman on campus. I'm not bowing to you or anybody else. You know, you're hard-headed. You're stubborn, rebellious little, if I do say so myself. Now here we have Mercury communication. You could talk a lot, have a lot of opinions, that kind of vibe, a lot of words, thoughts, analysis. That's literally what I said. Information, learning, trade, ideas, smart, reporting. Yeah, you're taking news somewhere. You have awareness, vision, lens. You have a vision of what you want your life to be like. We have palate, perception, curiosity. You are very, those eyes, always looking. Narrative, muse, and wonder. You are the muse, and I do feel like you find muse in lots of things. Some of you could have been called to group 1 or group 2 or all the groups. I feel like you'll find a little bit of yourself in each of the groups probably. We have sextile opportunity. We have collaborates, assists, explains, provides, opportunity. That's the 6 of coins and servant. You are a helper to everyone else around you. When the time calls for it, it's not just for anyone. I think I said already. We have opportunity, synergizes, creates possibilities for, opens doors, promises, brings insights to, communicates, welcomes, develops. So it's kind of like you help everyone else, but no one is helping you. Bonnie was giving her all, her magic, her life, her everything for Elena to basically end up happy ever after, and not Bonnie. Crazy. Okay, so self-sacrificing in a way as well. You're self-righteous and also self-sacrificing when the time comes. Now we have quisungs, which is complexity. Irritates, puzzles, mystifies, complicates, contradicts. Yes! There's a contradiction here where you're soft, but... Okay, I've said it enough times. Okay. We have clashes, misses the mark, requires translation, adjusts, makes curious, educates, and transforms. Educates, period. You are the person who people can't get one over on. If someone tells you something, I know that already. You know, you're hard to teach. You know, because you kind of read for yourself and know a little bit of everything, so people can't teach you much. You're the one teaching everyone else with the Hierophant card here. It's like very holier than thou. The priest is separated from the rest of the congregation because he's seen closer to God than everyone else. You know, that Emperor and Hierophant is coming for y'all crazy. And then we have the UFO, which is something alien about you. Like, that's what I was saying with the whole, you're a fairy, you're not of this world. You're an alien, you're not of this world. You're a mermaid, you're not of this world. You're a nymph, a sprite, a gypsy, or whatever, a druid. You're not of this world. You're from the natural world, you're from another world completely. You're entirely, you know, ethereal vibes. And ethereal people are not, I don't think they're seen as conventionally attractive, but there are a lot of people who would consider them conventionally attractive. You understand what I'm saying? But there's just a difference. You know they're different. Which, like I said, could tie into the whole, they're a colored person or you're a colored person and you're different immediately off the bat. If you were standing in a room full of people who were a different skin color than you, you're immediately standing out. And that could be the thing that makes you different. That could be the alien-esque feature that's coming through in the quisungs, or it could just be you give off from another world. Take me to another world. That song is coming through by One Direction. Another world. Now the last card we have is North Node Destiny. We have soul school, learning curve, fulfillment, purpose, mature, experience, yeah, fruition, North Star, process, development, practice, path, beacon, blossoming, becoming, integrity, journey. Integrity and journey are here, sticking out to me the most. You know, we have like a boom, an explosion. So you can't be missed, honestly. Like, your vibe is someone who's just like, you attract people to you, whether it's your voice because you sing a lot, whether it's your beauty because you look gorgeous and you do, whether it's because you look different or you stand out apart from others in specific rooms you may be in often. You could work in a place where you're the only person of color, you're the only person of not of color, you know, reverse it. But you are definitely someone who's blossoming and becoming more who you're meant to be, or people know you have a destiny here, which is why we have the singer, we have the actress. People, you were meant to be famous. You were meant to be someone. You were meant to be an emperor. You were meant to be a, I want to say like a little bit of like a prophet or something. You were meant to be that kind of person for other people to come to, and you help them find their destiny as well, is what's coming through. You're the missing puzzle piece people need to find where they need to go. or who they're supposed to be. You're a breath of fresh air. You're a snowflake, very unique, very different. Every snowflake is unique. None are ever exactly alike. Kind of like our thumbprints. No one's thumbprint is exactly the same. You're different. You stand out. You stick out like a sore thumb is what I'm hearing. And that could be in a good way or a bad way, but I'm not getting a bad way. It could be, because I did mention some negative things that people could see as like problems or issues in your character or looks or something, but that kind of vibe is coming through. For some of you, like I said, you have like the long hair. You, like I said, you talk a lot. You're very abrasive. You can sing, so your voice is very distinctive. That's what calls people to you when you talk. When you express your knowledge in something, there's a word I wanted to say. When you express your, we'll keep it at knowledge. It's right there, but it's not coming. Oh, that's so rude. Your prowess, I think I wanted to say. When you express your prowess in certain things, that's when people really call attention to you. Because you look cute, unassuming, innocent in the corner there. And they think, oh, there's just a child, or they're young, and they don't know anything. And then you start saying all these things about the life you've lived and telling stories of your adventures. And just like, you're 45? I thought you were 20-something. And you're just like, no, I've lived some life. I've been around the block, okay? And then they start listening to what you have to say because you're a good storyteller, essentially, you know? And that's literally who you are as a person. You're a good storyteller. I'm surprised storytelling didn't come out in the cards, because they are in this deck here. Like, you start speaking and telling a story, people are locked in. You start singing, people are locked in. You start acting, you know what I mean, teaching, and people are locked in. That kind of vibe. But are you convinced you're attractive? I would say yes and no. To beauty, to society standards, depends where you live. But I feel like everywhere in the world, being lighter is better. Being more Aryan, I would say, is better than anything else. So if you're not that, then I wouldn't say you're conventionally attractive, but you are still beautiful and gorgeous. You know what I mean? It just depends. But every group has been beautiful. There's like, all the cards keep coming out as gorgeous, but like there's different nuances to their personality and their upbringings that kind of play into how they act and present themselves to society as well. But you're giving, you came from a good household, you could come from money, and there's just something about you that's like, you know. But then, like I said, London Tipton, you would look at her and be like, oh my gosh, she's gonna be so well spoken, she's rich, and then she knows nothing. And what universe is someone that's Asian not smart? Where? Oh, okay. They just wanted her to look doofy amongst what's her name, Maddie. Sure. Don't piss me off. Don't get me started on these things. I be talking too much. But yeah, Brenda Song is freaking. She still looks the same now. Like, she's just beautiful. That Asian don't raise in that whole saying. And she looks like she's so young, but she's lived life and she's been in the industry for so long. Because we saw her when she was a baby. She was little in some of these shows. Like, I remember her from, what is that movie? Crap. I forgot. In the Suburbs. Stuck in the Suburbs or whatever. Like, she's been around for the longest time, child. And now she's with Macaulay Culkin. She has her 2 kids. And she still looks as youthful and beautiful as ever. But nobody's talking about that, though. They talk about everybody else. Every other celebrity who's more something else that's not what she is. You know what I mean? But that's all I have to say for you guys. I don't want to keep talking. I hope this video resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you watch this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one.